Hi everyone, Gruntle here, and this is my guide to legendary and unique weapons in Borderlands the pre-sequel. This episode we're looking at the Shredifier, which is a legendary assault rifle manufactured by Vladof and returning from Borderlands 2. Now this weapon does not have an assigned drop, so you have to get it from a vendor or from the grinder or from a random world drop. Now it will come in all the different elements, so it comes in the classic damage version or the shock, cryo, incendiary or corrosive versions. The elemental ones having slightly decreased damage compared to the classic damage one. And let's have a look at it here. So this is what the weapon looks like. It's pretty cool. Got a purple shiny skin on it. And the red text here says speed kills. That is because this weapon, a Vladof spinny gun, has a very high fire rate of 12.3 here, and the special ability of this weapon, or the special thing about this weapon, is that it takes a very short amount of time for the spinny gun to spin up to the max speed, so you'll get to that fire rate of 12.3 pretty quickly. The Shredifier name is also referencing the speed of the weapon because you're basically shredding up enemies. Now, parts on this weapon, this is the version that I would like to use because it's got increasing accuracy things, and one of the problems with this weapon is the recoil on the weapon means that the accuracy is a bit all over the place. But in terms of parts, we have the Vladof spinny gun barrel. It's always going to spawn with that. There is the dial grip on it, and that is increasing the accuracy of the weapon and reducing recoil, I believe. And then the stock is going to be reducing recoil, giving recoil recovery, and also increasing the accuracy. Dial stock is always going to be the best one to have because it is the best stock in the game. The grip, though, you could switch that out for, if you're going for max fire rate, you could switch it out for a, oh, where is it? That is it. No? Yes, that is it. The Vladof grip, because that's going to increase your fire rate, but it will reduce your accuracy. So this one here, this version here with the... Oh, well, first of all we'll go over this prefix actually. I'm jumping ahead of myself. This prefix is ferocious, and that comes from this little attachment here on the side, and basically what that means is it's increasing the damage of the weapon. That is because the damage of the weapon is slightly reduced compared to what it could be, and so I reckon the fire rate and the mag size and all of that kind of thing are already pretty decent on the weapon, so increasing the damage is just going to make it that little bit better at killing enemies. However, you could have it with the rabid prefix, and that comes from the wild attachment. Looks the same as the ferocious one, however this one's increasing the fire rate as well as damage. It decreases accuracy though, so see the reduced accuracy there means that it's going to be a bit less, bit harder to handle, but more all over the place. However, also with that Vladof grip, it's going to have massive fire rate, 15.5 compared to 12.3, so if you're going for just fire rate, say if you have a Nisha build, then that'll be pretty good for you because you'll be able to get perfect accuracy with Nisha in her skill, and yeah. Or you could have it here with the Swift prefix, and that has even higher fire rate. It's 15.7, I believe that's the highest that you can get it, 15.7, and that's because it has this attachment here, which is going to increase your fire rate and projectile speed. So bullets are going to come out faster and they're going to get to your enemies quicker. Now, if we compare the Shredifier to the same parted purple version of the Vladof, then you can see that the damage, the accuracy, fire rate, and magazine size are all increased. So it's definitely an improvement on the best normal version of a Vladof spinny gun, so that is a good sign. However, these are pretty good anyway, so it's an even better sign, I guess. Also, I didn't talk about this one here. This has the stability attachment and the resolute prefix, and that's if you want to make this as stable as possible, better accuracy. So I think it reduces recoil and has faster recoil recovery, so you're going to have less of the crazy accuracy problems that you'll get from the Shredifier with a high fire rate. So let's have a look at it firing here. This is just the should be #1 slot, so yes, it is the ferocious version, and that's what I'll be using in these different elements for the demonstration soon. And basically it has a high fire rate that doesn't take too long to get to, and this is without me moving the mouse at all, so you can see the recoil of the weapon is a bit all over the place, but not too bad. Kind of, if I start moving the mouse a bit, it's a bit easier to keep it on the enemy. So yeah, you want to be closer up to enemies with this. You'll get a higher chance of keeping the accuracy or the recoil down and getting the shots off on their heads. If you don't aim down sights, it's quite inaccurate. I guess I'll show you on this wall here. So if I stand here and I aim down sights, this is the spread pattern. It's pretty decent, pretty clumped up there. And now if I don't aim down sights, the spread is quite a lot larger. There's a lot of bullets coming out of there though, so you do have a good chance of hitting criticals and things like that. Now we'll show just what it's like at a distance, and it's going to be quite a lot worse. This is aim down sights, and you can see that it's about as bad as not aiming down sights. It's actually a bit worse than not aiming down sights close up, and this is not aiming down sights far away, and it's just insane. So you're not going to want to do that if you're far away, unless you're using a niche build, and then all the bullets should hit the enemy. So that was the character that I would say is probably the best with that weapon, excepting Athena, who I've got right now, Athena here, who has her Sironic Storm and Maelstrom tree, which can take advantage of the elemental versions of the Shredifier. And yeah, so you can see there that Sironic Storm stacks are ticking up there. You're going to get the increased, what is it? Where is it? I don't know much about Athena, so I don't even know where it is. Maelstrom, there. The incendiary or shock damage causes you to gain the stacks, and you get increased elemental damage per stack. So the high fire rate means that you're going to stack it up real quick, and you're going to get increased damage as it goes along. So you can see the damage stacking up there. If I actually hit the guy. 21, 22, 23. So yeah, that will be a good thing about this weapon, and that's who I will be using the weapon with in the little demonstration that I'm about to cut to here. If I just make sure that I've gone over everything. I have gone over everything except the sound of this weapon. Actually, that's something interesting that I found. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fire this weapon, a full clip of the weapon, and I'll actually use a non-elemental version. A non-elemental, yeah, no. Where is it? That one. Good. That's the resolute one. Goodness me, I can't get this right. There we go, ferocious. We'll fire this one off, and I won't say anything, and I'll try and increase the volume of this a little bit and edit, and you can hear the, it has a little tune that it plays, so I'll let that happen. Now I don't actually know what that tune is, so I haven't actually read anything on it. So if anyone actually knows what that is, please let me know in the comment section. It would be really cool to actually find out what the little song that the weapon plays is. So yes, if you know, let me know, and I can, I don't know, put it in the description of this video if someone actually tells me, and then other people will know as well. So yes, we're going to jump to the gameplay with Athena, and I will let you know what I am thinking of the usability of this weapon. And we're here in Overlook with the shock version of the Shredifier, of course. so that I can get the Maelstrom stacks and increased damage over time with Athena. And you can already see that the enemies are going down pretty quickly even without high Maelstrom stacks, so that's pretty good. Now when you have the shield out with Athena, you're going to get that decreased accuracy because it is not aiming down sights, you're just shooting from the hip. So keep that in mind. However, the fact that this weapon fires out so many bullets in such little time means that you're more likely to get hits off on the enemy even if you are aiming from the hip. So I do go down into fight for your life mode in a couple of seconds here, and I managed to get myself out of it. However, this weapon isn't great for fight for your life mode if the enemies have quite a bit of health or if they're too far away from you, because the accuracy, as I was saying, with the hip fire isn't great. And there's no blast radius or anything like that, so yeah, not the greatest for fight for your life, but still a fun weapon. It's great that you can get it in the multiple element types. Means that it's a very versatile weapon. If you want to read more about this weapon, you should check out the description. There's a link to the wiki page for this gun. Basically, it's all of the stuff about the Borderlands 2 version, but that all applies to this version also. So overall, I reckon this is a fun weapon and something that's probably useful to kill enemies, take out shields, all of that good stuff as well. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is all the skills and items that I've got. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. There's a black screen to let you go. Isn't this great?